Hello to everyone. Hello to everyone. The program Sister States talks about Israel with a majority of Jewish people and Palestine that has a Palestinian majority. Both are democratic, liberal, constitutional, with full authority and sovereignty that both build together a joint partnership and resolve all conflicts. For the Arabs, part of this deal is that they acknowledge the Jewish majority in the state of Israel and agree to a very small Arab minority that will not destabilize the Jewish majority of the state, and agree that the borders of peace will be sealed and movement will only be allowed for those cleared parties. Now, as for the Jews' role, the Temple Mount will be Palestinian, and the Western Wall will be Jewish, so that there is an urban continuity for the Palestinian state from north to east. The rest of the Jewish neighborhoods in Jerusalem will be held by the Jews, by Israel. Palestine will be established within the borders of 1956. Israel will give Palestine 56 square kilometers for every 42 square kilometers that it gets in return. Now, as for the emergency situation in Israel will be eliminated. The territorial rights of the citizens will continue from the beginning of the establishment of the state of Israel in 1948, and all new borders will be settled jointly, whether it's through trade of territories or the entitlement of rights on territories by the state, or by recompensation by monetary compensation. 3% of the state of Israel will undergo a serious evaluation, and any lands that are considered non-strategic security lands will be given back to the Palestinians or be compensated by a trade of territories to bring back a balance that we had before 1948. Now, as for the principles of this program, 10% of the national budget of Israel and Palestine for the next 50 years will be for the establishment of a conflict resolution fund, along with UNRWA and other donations from the global community. Also, representatives of the Arab League will be part of with a joint committee to settle the problem of the returning Palestinian refugees and compensating Palestinian refugees and Jews of an Arab ethnic background for lost lands from before 1948. The majority will be able to vote whether they go back to Israel and get an alternative house, alternative lands, helping in transferring their business and support of the community, or they will be able to choose to become a Palestinian citizen subject to local Palestinian authority, including their rights to territories and residence. Now, within this peace agreement, there will be a resolution regarding all conflicts, regarding prisoners of war and political activists. Both countries will have very strict rules protecting their citizenry from violence and terrorism. In both countries, there will be enacted an educational program within the steel teaching towards tolerance. They will write a new Palestinian-Israeli history book written by historians from both sides of the aisle, chronicling the events of history, and will serve as the major source for education in both countries. Now, the implementation of the plan will be according to parliament resolutions of both countries, comprehensive policies regarding all areas that have been mentioned, an investigative community, meaning that the majority of citizens from both sides of the aisle will feel that the conflict has been resolved in a way that benefits and serves their best interests. This will be implemented in every time, and there will be a full stop, full safe backup mechanism for any time that the process finds itself stalled, and this will be also by mutual agreement of both countries. Now, after the agreement booklet to be published, there will be a process where a majority of people from both sides of the aisle get to understand it, and knowledge is disseminated regarding this agreement. The whole point of this process is to build trust. When there's trust, there will be no more conflict.
Thank you, Mulli.
תודה רבה לך.